Hello guys, I've been planning to do this for a while. It's going to be a short series of videos about each zodiac sign and if you happen to love them. We're going to start with an Aries. I chose the colors of the fire, which is red, which is orange, just so you can tap into that energy. And before we start discussing how to cope with the situation when you find yourself in love with an Aries, I want to remind you that we do not judge anybody by the zodiac sign. Whoever haven't seen my video on this topic, I'm gonna attach the link below. Each and one of us is so much more deeper than just an Aries, Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, whatever you consider to be by the position of the sun on the moment of your birth. That's considered our zodiac sign. We're much deeper than that. Sun alone that determines our so-called zodiac sign is the image we create in society. It's the way that other people sees us, is the way that our energy levels are at most of the time, right? But the way we're going to be acting in our family life, it could be completely different. We have to look at the sign of our moon, which is responsible for our emotional state of things and our emotional perception of the situation and encounters and relationships and how we are with our family members. Yeah, that's going to be the moon. The tastes in food, music, and entertainment, and even clothing style, that's going to be our Venus. The way we do the business, the way we do things, and the way with which speed we proceed in either one of the projects we have planned to accomplish, that will be more about the energy of Mars. The sign of Mars will show us how we do things. The way we are acting in society, there would be a social planets as Jupiter and Saturn, which are also rulers of Sagittarius and Capricorn. The way our psyche is, the psychological database, that would be more about the Transuranian planets like Neptune, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to get into detail any further, just so you know, each and one of us is a big cake that consists of multiple layers, and the way we're much deeper than just the sign alone. However, let's say if you happen to fall in love with a person who has Aries by the sun, or who has I don't know, maybe gender planets will be in Aries, like Mars in Aries or Venus in Aries. What you need to know about it. First of all, let's classify love as it is, because it can be different. Love can be romantic between partners, and love can be also unconditional, like a love from a mother to a child. Love can be a love between friends that just really truly love each other and they get along so well. By the way, friends very oftentimes find themselves in the position of their Venus and Jupiter. When people have similar Venus and Jupiter, they oftentimes find themselves being good friends, because they're very compatible on a social level, and they're very compatible when it comes to taste in all the Venetian topics such as food, music, and also the communication style has a lot to do with the compatibility. But back to Aries. If you happen to love an Aries, or your child is an Aries, and you want to know more how to be with them, you have to understand that Aries is ruled by the planet Mars. It's a masculine principle, masculine energy. Mars is responsible for the way how we do things, the way with what speed we proceed in life, and the way how we accomplish job tasks, for example. Aries are people, they're like children. They're so full of energy, they're so full of fire. It's the first sign in the whole circle. Aries are the conquerors, they're the ones who start everything. They're the fire starters, they're the funnest people. I promise you, every one of us probably have that one friend that will get us in all kinds of trouble, but also be there to get us out, hopefully, right? And that's going to be an Aries for sure. These people have a magnetic talent to attract trouble and adventure, because that feisty, boyish energy in them, even if it's a girl, right? It would give her a lot of a badass attitude. Like, she would be down for whatever, up for whatever. She would be uh, a badass with whom you can travel, you can go for any kind of adventure, ride or die. Aries are also, despite of the bad reputation, they're actually very loyal. They can be if they really love somebody. However, their fiery nature find them very oftentimes lose interest very quickly. They're like a fire, you know, the fire can go out very quickly, and as quick as it went out, as quick as it started, just as quick it can go out. It's just the nature of people who, let's say, their relationshipal planets are in Aries. So they lose interest very quickly. So if you love an Aries, you have to keep up with their speed. They're very fast. They're not going to be like earth signs, which we're going to discuss in other videos. All earth signs, they're more stable, they're more feminine in nature, they need more time to get used to the person. Aries they can fall in love with you in 1 second, just like this, right? And they can forget who you are in just 1 second if you, God forbid, do something wrong to them, right? Do them wrong. So they're 0 to 100 really quick, and they are amazing, fun. They're full of passion. They like to have people around them who have good vibe and who can keep up with high speeds in life. Like, for example, your Aries friend called you, hey, let's do this, let's go that. If you're very, easygoing, you're likely going to have a good experience together, because Aries, they don't like to sit down and wait. They're not like Taurus or Capricorn, right, who will take their time to make any decision, or you know just in general are more logical when it comes to things. Aries are not logical in their finances. They're not logical very often. They're very impulsive shoppers, and like, they just for example, they go out and they are not planning to buy anything, and they don't have the budget, but then they see something that they really like and they understand they have to get it now, because later it's not going to be there. Yeah, it's just one of those features. Also, what is really good thing about Aries, they're good at starting some projects. They don't have to wait and sit around and plan everything like a Virgo would do, right? Like, write everything down from A to Z, make a deliberate plan for 10 years ahead of time, like a Capricorn would do, or just simply like, you know, um, like water signs who are more emotional in nature, who would be also hesitant to start any projects and businesses, like Pisces or like, Cancer, whatever. They would be like waiting ifs and what if I'm not gonna make it in that industry, whatever I'm trying to do. Aries doesn't have a problem with that. If they really want something, they, without having all the agenda, without having all those multiple resources that they need to start a business or to start a new project, they will just go for it right away. All they have to do, they got the desire, they got the spark, they got the idea, boom. While Cancer is going to be sitting and thinking and like, waiting everything and, hesitating and maybe getting advice from the family, Aries already did it. So if you love a person romantically who is a zodiac sign of Aries, or who has gender planets in Aries, like Mars in Aries or Venus in Aries, you have to always remember that these people are full of fire, full of passion. Their sexual appetites may be on a very high scale, and if you can keep up with that, likely your relationship will work out upon other circumstances too. Of course, there has to be a lot to be taken into consideration. But if you happen to be on more of a calm and slow side, it can be very, you can be very compatible due to the differences in you. But also, you have to understand that their fiery nature makes them get infatuated very quickly. They fall in love with other people very quickly, especially when they're young. Men with Mars and Aries are conquerors, and they lose interest very quickly if the prey was very easy to catch, right? You know what I mean? So are women, by the way. The longer they have to work for you, the more they will appreciate the trophy at the end, right? And hopefully, everybody will enjoy the spoils of war, so to speak. But war, speaking of war and love to Aries oftentimes coincides. It's like the same thing. One cannot go without the other, because the energy of Mars, that's a ruler of the sign Aries, make its own correctives when it comes to love. There has to be a little bit of fight, and there have to be a good, maybe a makeup session afterwards. There have to be some edge, but also it's very important, it has to be positive at all times. Masculine energy is positive in nature, it has a sign of plus. Feminine energy is negative in nature. That's just how it works. So when you want to build relationship with somebody with Aries personality or signs of in Aries on the gender planets, you have to always keep in mind person is very active, proactive, very fast, very fun, very outgoing. They expect from you also that you will be kind of able to keep up with that energy, with that speed, and also they will expect you to be their friend. It's very important. And there is a lot more to say, but I just want to keep this short. I want to keep it, fun, entertaining, and also instructive. And I hope that you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel if you find it interesting. And of course, comment down below. What is your experience with Aries? Have you been dating an Aries? Have you been in love with Aries? Do you have a family members or friends who are Aries? And tell me about your experience. And I know that this video is gonna, this series of videos will have a lot of contradicting comments, but I just want to remind you that not there is not a single every Aries will be the same, right? Everybody's going to be always unique in its own way, because there are so many multiple factors that will need to be taken into consideration while we analyze the person. But the typical features that I mentioned above, that's what you need to know just to begin, just to begin understanding astrology on a deeper level. First, we start with the basics, right? Whoever is interested in learning how to read people very well, I invite you to my archetypal psychology course. The link will be down below. I'm going to teach you how to read tarot cards, and not only, a lot of other interesting instruments I'm sharing abundantly on this course, which will help you not only understand, read people very well, and also you will be able to have a new interesting career and new source of income that you can generate from all these esoteric teachings which gain popularity day by day. We move into new dimension. We're into very new times that require creative thinking, and people who can look within and understand other souls on a deeper level, not only psychological, but using other instruments such as astrology, tarot, numerology, and so on and so forth. Those people are very demanded nowadays. I also invite you for one-on-one sessions with me. I'll be very happy to answer all your questions about whether it's personal, whether it's financial, whether it's existential, and any other segments of life. Let's go ahead and help you find your predestination. And I guarantee your life is never going to be the same. It's going to change to the better, because once you know yourself, any doors are open to you. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you, and enjoy yourselves today and always. See you on another video.